Don't move. Would you break into my house? Bet not. Hey, what's up, guys? Doug here with Kodiak Guns. Just wanted to do a video on home defense. There's a lot of things out there on the internet, right? There's a lot of actually good advice. There's a lot of special forces individuals. There's a lot of gentlemen and ladies who have had a lot of experience in the defensive industries. Myself, I have 15 years in the military. I was an airborne infantryman until I got broke jumping out of planes because gravity always wins. That being said, I had to get over, in the thought of home defense, in this context, the idea that I was going to breach and clear, and I was going to go through and clear my house and win every gunfight that I came across, right? If as pertains to home defense. The fact of the matter is, for me, in my home, for my setup, I have a 2-story home. All of my kids sleep upstairs. I sleep upstairs, me and my wife. Do I need to go down the stairs and, John Rambo this, YouTube, this is clear so everyone knows it's safe. Do I need to come down and, Rambo around, looking for a home intruder? And the answer is no. If I can, correction. The answer is it depends. Can I identify that all the people that are supposed to be in my house at 2 a.m. are in my house at 2 a.m.? Right? Can I go down the hall and can I check that all the kids are where they're supposed to be, right? And I'm not hearing one of my kids downstairs dropping a plate or a bowl of cereal because they decided 2 a.m. was the time to do that, right? So can I go into their rooms and check and make sure, hey, all my kids are where they're supposed to be? My wife's where she's supposed to be. If all of that is the case, then none of my stuff downstairs is worth me going after it. And don't get me wrong, I like my stuff. But is it worth my life to go after it? Now, if any one of the people who live in my home, right, I have 4 children, and if any of them are not where they're supposed to be at 2 a.m, which is in bed, then yeah, I'm going downstairs. Come hell or high water, I am clearing that house and I'm finding my kids. But if my kids are all where they're supposed to be and my wife is where she's supposed to be at 2 a.m, then I have no need to go down the stairs and try and clear my house and John Rambo this thing. I will have my wife on the phone with 911. I will stay at the top of my stairs and I will do this. I might even holler out, hey, go away. That's up for debate. Should you yell? Should you not yell? Well, if I don't have a gun, then probably not going to yell. I'm going to try to be quiet and hope nobody comes up the stairs. I'm going to grab something heavy. But that's why I keep a gun in my room. So that way I can stand at the top of the stairs. And then I own that staircase. And this kind of goes back to an earlier video I did where I talked about short barreled ARs. If I have, right, a 7.5-inch barreled 5.56, which I don't worry, it's on my list of guns to buy. If I have a 7.5-inch barreled 5.56, I own that staircase. I don't care what all of the bullet science is. I own that staircase. If I have a 22 long rifle pistol and more than 1 mag, I own that staircase. If I have a 5.7, I don't care what the firearm is. If I have a firearm that is reliable and isn't jamming on me every other shot, I own that staircase. And no bad guy is coming up the stairs trying to walk into a wall of bullets. They're just not. It is 100% a fatal funnel, and most of the time, we know bad guys to be cowards. They're not going to charge up the stairs because they're here stealing stuff. They don't want to die. They're just trying to make a buck. So if they come up my stairs, that's it. I'm going to eliminate the threat. But if everybody in my house is where they're supposed to be, nothing I own is worth it. That's just a matter of fact. So this is not me telling you what you need to do, right? I want that to be clear, crystal clear, right? This is not me saying, hey, you need to go out and you need to get all the training you need to do in order to clear your home. I think you should do that. I think you should get some good classes. I think you should have a reliable firearm. I think you should be able to clear your home in the event that you need to. Because, going back again, if somebody's not where they're supposed to be, I got to find them. That's on me. I'm dad. I'm husband. I'm father. I'm protector. Right? That is my job in this relationship of the family. My job is to make sure everyone is safe. And if I can make sure everybody's safe, then I don't need to go downstairs. And I think, especially veterans, we tend to think that we can do that. And do we have an advantage? Sure. Anybody who has deployed overseas and done this in real life, if you've done anything like that, then yeah, you do have an advantage. But the best fight's the one you can avoid, period. Plain and simple. If I don't have to engage, why would I? We need to understand that. Dads, by all means, protect your kids. But if you can protect them by strong pointing in a house, right? I'm going to own this area. All my family's behind me. Then no one gets past me. And hopefully my wife's in the other room also with a gun and a coordinated signal that, hey, if somebody comes through that door, especially after you hear shooting, and they don't sound like me or, give the secret knock, then light it up. So you have to plan your home defense. You have to train your home defense because nobody else is going to do it for you. And we live in a bad world. We live in a fallen, sinful world, and bad things happen. Does that mean I want to do harm to people? Nope. Does that mean I stand ready to do violence on behalf of my kids and my wife? Absolutely. So take all that for what it's worth. A lot of things come into play with this, though, right? Like ammo selection. I have 115 grain Hornady Civil Defense. Right? I specifically have Hornady Civil Defense for the reason that it says defense in the name of the ammo. I remember when RIP came out, right? I thought it was cool. I had some. I don't think it worked as well as it was supposed to, but whatever. Do you want to be sitting in front of a judge? Because let's be honest, even if you are perfectly justified in doing it, there is no guarantee a DA is not going to press charges. That's not up to you. They probably won't if you live in, a more gun-friendly state. They probably won't. But that's just that. You can be in a gun-friendly state, but a gun-unfriendly city, and a DA still possibly throws charges at you. If they pursue the case, they can try to charge you. And now you have to defend yourself in court for tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars. So was your stuff worth it? That you can, most of it at least, be insured? I mean, that's up to you. For me personally, my stuff's not. I don't have that nice of stuff. So it all matters. Right? The things we think about matter. So I carry this round specifically because it was manufactured and designed for self-defense. So, like anything you use as a firearm can be used against you, right? So, this is a way in a courtroom that these are solid rounds, right? They work great, but it's one of those. If I don't want to be sitting in front of a judge and be like, "Why'd you have RIP ammo?" Right? Like I don't want to give them any more things to throw at me. Because let's face it, in a courtroom, if it goes to trial, then you are judged by a jury of your peers, and that jury of your peers is 12 people who couldn't get out of jury duty. Now, mind you, a lot of people don't want to get out of jury duty, but a lot of people do. And so do you trust that all those people have your same philosophy and mindset in life, and that they're going to think the way you did? Do you? Do you trust the 12 people are going to have your values and apply those values the same way you did when they weren't in that situation with you? They have the benefit of no adrenaline dump. So those are things to think about, right? So for me, Hornady Civil Defense, I got 115 grains in here. They have 124s, but I like to do this because it's it tracks easier with my range ammo when I zero. So I don't know. That's just what I do, right? By no means do you have to do what I do. Again, this is one guy on the internet, so take that for what it's worth. But realistically, if you can strong point in your home, if you can own an area, and you don't have to fight, and you can call 911 and have them come and do it, that's 100% the way to go. But you have to, on that same note, be willing, ready, and able to go after your loved ones and protect them if you do have to. So you got to apply a lot of critical thinking skills, right? You got to have all of this stuff already in your head and planned out, because I can tell you from experience, you are not going to rise to the challenge in the moment. As the saying goes, you revert to your least form of training, whatever you've trained the most, I should say. So your highest level that you have trained to proficiently, that is where you're going to fall to, right? So the one that you are proficient in, that form of training, whatever training that you actually have done consistently to put it into, I don't know a fancy word, so we're going to use muscle memory. Whatever you have formed into muscle memory, that's what you're going to go to. So if you've never attempted to clear your home, you're not going to be some uber CQB guy on your first attempt under stress. It's not going to happen. Sorry. Don't mean to burst your bubble, right? Myself, I have hundreds, if not thousands of hours doing CQB, training soldiers. And I still screw up, right? When I go into training, right, especially if it's been a minute, I'll screw up. I'll go too fast. I won't slow down to where I can process information, right? Because I got all jittery and amped up. So, and I have a lot of experience doing that. So, if you've never done it, and this isn't me saying I'm super awesome, by no means I'm not, a little lowly grunt here. If you've never done it before, you're not going to be awesome at it, and very likely could get yourself killed. So not only then have you lost your stuff, you've lost your life, your spouse has lost their spouse, your kids have lost their father. None of that's worth it. So train, be proficient, be able to go and do work when you need to. But also check your ego and don't get yourself killed because you need to go after stuff. And if you did go after stuff, don't put yourself in a situation where you have to go to court potentially over it. That's my take on it. If I don't have to go down the stairs, I'm not gonna. But if any of my family is not where they're supposed to be, there's nothing that's stopping me. And I think that's the mindset we need to have. Anyways, guys, so that's my take on it. Again, this is one man's, opinion on the internet. Take that for what it's worth. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Let me know what you do for training. Let me know what you guys' home defense setup is, because for me, I run a little pistol with Hornady 115 grains, and I like to keep an extra mag up there too. So, hope you guys like this video. Hope it makes you think, and stay safe out there. Like and subscribe.